This is Vivica Williams. You're watching UATV Head to Head. Just like a product, a country also needs to protect and promote its brand. Ukraine faces some stiff challenges in this respect, what with Russian disinformation and its own issues with fighting corruption. So how do we change Ukraine's image? Well, it's about the people and about making it personal. Today in the studio, we have Marta Barandiy, the chairwoman of Promote Ukraine. Hello, thank you for being with us today, Marta.
Hello, Vivica. Thank you for inviting.
So tell me about what is Promote Ukraine?
Promote Ukraine is an organization based in Brussels. It was established in 2014 to give a voice to Ukrainian civil society abroad. So basically we lobby interests of Ukrainian civil society in Brussels.
And why Brussels?
Because of European institutions that are based there, because of a very multinational environment that is there, because all the people who are based in Brussels go back to their countries already knowing about Ukraine and knowing our nation, our culture. So actually this is the place from where we spread the information about Ukraine in Europe.
Oh, wonderful. And so you've been there now for 3 years with this. And how has the organization developed?
We started with a media project. We wanted to communicate the news from Ukraine to Belgium, to foreigners directly from us, not from the news they received through Russian media. And now we organized, we organized more than 40 events, more than 40 projects completed, among them conferences in European Parliament, conferences at the universities of Belgium. Also, we organized many charity events, and the last project was Children for Peace, who came from Ukraine, from Volnovakha, which is war region, to Brussels in order. Yes.
Well, and tell me, so you work on a lot of different spheres, right? You have conferences, and your target audience there are students or lawmakers, or
both. From lawmakers and students, and also Belgians. So it's not only the Europeans in general, but also Belgian nationals whom we communicate about Ukraine and Ukrainians.
So you, at universities, as well as at the European Parliament.
Right.
And you have an invitation to speak to committees at the European Parliament?
No, but we organize the conferences at European Parliament, which means that we find MEPs who deal with Ukraine, and we organize together with them a conference where we invite speakers from Ukraine. We also had a conference on Russian-Ukrainian civil society, and there we invited Russian and Ukrainian speakers. So you see, we are co-organizers in those kind of events. As for invitation, at the European institutions, we participate in the advisory group of the European Commission on association agreement. So we basically we are a member of this advisory group.
And what do you see? So this is a wonderful news with Ukraine and the free visa regime. Yes.
Right.
How's that been received there, and how have you been? Have you guys been promoting or trying to ease some fears about Ukrainians being able to travel freely into Europe?
This was not the purpose. For the last 3 years, what we do, we are trying to bring peace to Ukraine, and we are trying to promote peace for Ukraine in Europe, meaning we do not want war, and we want to say to all the world, we are a peaceful country and we want peaceful solution. So this was not really the purpose to promote visa-free regime.
Well, no, we're just promoting the fact that Ukrainians, as you said, are peaceful, aren't looking to flood into Europe like refugees, but changing this image of Ukrainians. Yeah.
Right, change the whole image to the simple people, to average people, like to people at the companies, to our friends. And when they know us, when they see us, when they know that we are kind and they see our rich culture, we invite them to our events, to the concerts, to the charity concerts. They come and they fall in love with Ukraine, and then they are not afraid anymore of Ukrainians who will come to Europe as refugees. So even more, they want to visit Ukraine.
Oh, wonderful.
Thanks to our promotion, not only our, I mean the promotion of Ukrainians, everyone who is Ukrainian, speaks Ukrainian language and loves Ukraine, brings foreigners
wonderful
here.
Wonderful. And so you were telling me, I'm sorry I interrupt you because this is just fascinating, about your latest project where you brought children. So what was this project?
This is the project of the organization Promień. This is Ukrainian organization which spreads to many different countries. So actually the Ukrainians, so this organization, selects the most talented children from Volnovaha region in order to show them Europe and in order to let Europeans discover Ukrainian talents, young talents.
And why this area, why this city?
Because those children, talented children from this area can emotionally move other people, can open their hearts, can show that they are emotionally broken, but they're getting strong, and through their talents and through their belief, they are going to achieve the goal of a developed, peaceful country, Ukraine.
And they're from very close to the front line, to where the fighting is.
Yes,
correct?
3 kilometers from the front line.
So
yes.
most of these children, probably all of the children, have witnessed something just horrific.
Yes, they hear shelling every day.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That's the main thing we are trying to communicate also to Europeans and to foreigners, that those children, they have to see them. Because looking through the TV, looking through the screen is not the same thing as listen to the person, as talking heart to heart. So when children listen to each other, Belgian children listened to Ukrainian children, they were almost crying. They couldn't believe that these children standing next to them have to go tomorrow back home and hear shellings again and be afraid to go to school and be afraid that their parents can die anytime.
So you give this human face, which what people need to this. Is there video for this that we can see and we can look at? Some of the video from some of the concerts of the talented children?
You can see the videos on the Facebook page of this project, Ukraine for Peace, but we are trying to download it because actually this project finished 2 weeks ago and I didn't have time to put it on the website yet.
And how successful has it been? You said it ended 2 weeks ago, this program.
Yes, it was 2 weeks ago. During 4 days, we brought children to 5 different institutions. So we brought them to NATO, to the European Parliament. They met their 2 MEPs, Rebecca Harms and Petras Ostrevičius. We brought them to the Embassy of Ukraine in Belgium, where they could meet diaspora and children from Ukrainian diaspora. Also to the Antwerp City Council, they could get to know the vice mayor of Antwerp City Council, and to the school, to the Belgian school, where they could meet people of the same age who are foreigners, and who from 25 people, 25 Belgians, there were 19 children of different nationalities, and this was for our children a surprise because we don't have that many nationalities in Ukraine in one school.
Right. And not only one classroom out of 25.
That's right.
So for the Ukrainian children, they gained more of a world perspective to see that there were more people who knew and learned about Ukraine. And for the Belgians who visited this, they got a personal connection to the war in Ukraine.
That was the purpose.
But
we achieved it.
Yeah, and the other purpose was also to show that Ukraine is mostly not war, and mostly people who are just wonderful and beautiful and do all of these things.
Yes, also we showed it not only to Belgians, to the school or Antwerp City Council, but as I said, in the European Parliament.
Right.
And our MEPs could encourage children to take initiative, not only be afraid or not only show the talents, but also take initiative. Like, for example, Petras Ostrevičius asked one child, which school are you from? Where are you studying? And she said, school number 2. And she said, but you are from Volnovaha. There are so many Ukrainian heroes who have fallen in war. Why not to take initiative and propose that this school should be the school in name of a hero? So you can go back to your schools and propose this to your directors. So you see the MEPs who are politicians, who know how to take initiative, who know what it means to take responsibility, social responsibility. They also give encouragement and empowerment to those children who can come back and make change.
Well, this is wonderful, this mutual combination. So my last question for you is, what can an average person, so our viewers are anywhere from Ukrainians to Ukrainian diaspora to just the regular person, English-speaking person for the most part, what could they do to promote Ukraine?
They can, whatever they do in their normal life, professional life, they can draw parallels on what they can do with Ukraine or through Ukraine. For example, I just give example, like in 2008, when I was studying in Germany, we were proposed to make a dance or to show something to other students, and my idea was to dance Ukrainian dance and Ukrainian music. So in this way, we showed to others Ukrainian dance, Ukrainian music. So whenever you have opportunity to sing, whenever you have opportunity to dance, whenever you have opportunity to run or show your talent, you can do it through Ukrainian symbols, whether it's music, whether it's dance, whether it's flag, or whether it's any other symbol which comes in your mind, which comes from Ukraine.
Wonderful. And then it opens up an opportunity for dialogue, for conversation, where someone asks you, why do you have this flag? What is this music? And this will lead to us being able to have a conversation about Ukraine and the people, as you said.
That's right.
Thank you so much for being with us again, Marta.
Thank you, Viveka.
Today you're watching UATV's Head to Head. This is Vivica Williams, and we were speaking with Marta Barandiy, the chairwoman of Promote Ukraine. From all of us here at UATV, have a good evening.